Well, hello again and welcome to another Hyperion morning. How y'all doing out there? Happy Wednesday. You got it. We're at the middle of the week. You made it through Monday. You made it through Tuesday. And here we are. It's Wednesday. We're onward towards the weekend already. Almost there. You've got this. We're going to make it through. And next week's a holiday week. So even better, a short week. Hopefully you have all your Christmas shopping done. Got a few more days, although if you're going to be shipping, you better get it out there pretty quickly. Good morning, Tony. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Thanks for coming along. Good morning, Marianne. So happy to have you with us as well on this Wednesday, on this very happy hump day. Excuse me. Hopefully it's been a great week for you so far. We're over it today. Just get through the day and we're on the downward slide to the weekend. And again, like I said, next week, holiday weekend, so great, so great. So we're here again, as we are every morning, just reminding you why we're here is to share some positivity, share some smiles, and find something to celebrate each and every day, because there's lots of things to celebrate on each and every day. And I want to be sure we share those with you. Maybe one thing is like, okay, that's not that big a deal for me, but this thing is the thing I'm going to celebrate on this Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. So let's see, what are we celebrating today? I think this is something worth celebrating for sure because, hey, Bluey the movie, that's right. We are getting a Bluey movie coming up here in 2027, released in kind of a combo with the BBC and with Disney. Exciting. We love Bluey. I mean, I wouldn't say that we are maybe we're not in quite the demographic for Bluey, but I think Bluey actually goes across a lot of demographics. Just started watching it not that long ago and just fell in love with it. It is such an adorable series of shorts. We love Bluey and so excited that there's going to be a Bluey movie. That's fantastic. Great news. Bluey, talk about an amazing run for this series of wonderful stories about this family of dogs. It is so adorable, so wonderful, so cute, and it will bring tears to your eyes at times because the stories can be very emotional and fantastic. But love it. Bluey the movie. Excited. 2027. Can't wait for that. Really good news. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, it's always a day for something to celebrate, and today is a day to celebrate twins. Yeah. Who are your favorite Disney twins out there? Could it be a couple of the Parrot Traps? Could it be Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Could it be the Lost Boys twins? Who are your favorite Disney twins? Well, if you're a twin or if you know somebody who's twins, today's the day to celebrate them because it is National Twins Day. Yeah. What else is it today? Well, there's a couple silly things today. Oh, by the way, I meant to put a slide here and I didn't. It is also National Cookie Baking Day. So get those cookies baked today. Marianne, I know you're going to be out there baking some cookies. You're always baking something, and it always looks delicious. And we're still waiting for that invitation, by the way, to sample some of those cookies and some of the other things you create. But yeah, today's National Cookie Baking Day today as well. I don't know why I didn't get the slide up, but it is that as well. What else is it? Well, this is silly. It's fun, but whatever. It is National Answer the Phone like Buddy the Elf Day. So Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Yeah, however you like. It is National Buddy the Elf Answer the Phone like Buddy the Elf Day. Sure. Why not? That's something to celebrate. Fun. I have to answer the phone at work today. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but you never know. Maybe if I get the right person, I'll slip something in. Might be kind of fun. And if that's not ridiculous enough, this is even just more ridiculous as far as what a national day it is today. It is National Wear a Plunger on Your Head Day. I don't know. I just look up these days on the calendar. I have a couple websites that I go to find things that are what national, international day it is. Today is Wear a Plunger on Your Head today. Sure. If you want to, go for it. I would suggest you buy a new one or at least sterilize it pretty good. But okay, if that's your thing, celebrate it. Celebrate whatever. It's all in good fun. National Wear a Plunger on Your Head today. Again, Just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. What else is going on today? Well, how about this? In 1971, this day in Disney history, the very first Walt Disney World candlelight processional took place. A little different than what the candlelight processional is now. You know, Tony. Oh, sorry, Tony, you missed it by a day. Yeah, you got to check that calendar a little bit better. Got to check that calendar a little bit better. Tony's wearing a plunger on his head every day, so really, it's all that national day for Tony. Uh, anyway, back to the candlelight processional. Yeah, the very first Walt Disney World candlelight processional was actually at Magic Kingdom in 1971. On this day, you can see a picture. I'm not sure if this is exactly the first one, but you can see it here. Next year, Marianne, you're going to wear the plunger on your head. Very good. Again, buy a new one. Get a new plunger, please. Please. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Candlelight processional, something that's not as ridiculous. This was the first one. Well, I think this was the first one. 1,200 choral members for this. And it took place in front of, obviously, Cinderella Castle here at Magic Kingdom. Rock Hudson was the narrator for the very first one. Amazing. How cool would it have been to see the candlelight processional right there in front of Cinderella Castle? That would have been spectacular. Of course, now it's moved to its new home, happening every year for multiple dates over at Epcot. And we've just discussed it, went there. It's as great as it always has been. It's something that will really put you in the holiday season. If you get a chance to go, do it. Doesn't matter the narrator. Of course, if you have a particular narrator you want to see, definitely go check it out. But it doesn't matter because it's all about the orchestra. It's all about the choral arrangements. It's all about the pomp, the circumstance, the seasonal fun that it just puts you right in that holiday spirit. Highly recommend. If you've never done it, or if you haven't done it in a long time, next year, we're running out of time, obviously, for this year. Next year, get out there and do it because it is amazing, spectacular, and fun. But man, right in front of Cinderella Castle, how cool would that have been back in 1979? What else on this day in Disney history? Well, did you see this movie? Obviously, it goes back away. I'm dating myself with some of these things. 1979, The Black Hole premiered in London, featuring Maximilian Schell, Robert Forster, Anthony Perkins, Ernest Borgnine. Not a great movie. Really, they tried to kind of take what Star Wars had done and kind of Disneyfy and do their own thing with the black hole. Very derivative in many regards. But it's fun. And it has nostalgic to me because I saw it when I was a kid in theaters. And, I enjoyed it. It's not Star Wars by any stretch of the imagination, no. But it is kind of fun. So, you can find it and check it out and see for yourself what you think. Not necessarily rewatchable, but it does hold some nostalgia for me. What else are we talking about? Well, how about some real Star Wars? On this day in 2015, The Force Awakens was released widely in theaters. Love this movie. Love it, love it, love it. I know some people aren't real fans of the sequel trilogy. I love them. I love Star Wars, more Star Wars. Love The Force Awakens. I know it's a bit derivative of A New Hope, of the original Star Wars film. I don't care. It was great. And I'll go, and it's very rewatchable for us. We'll watch it back and forth all the time. And also on this day, it kind of just also brings back more nostalgic memories because this was the last time we actually lined up for a movie to go in because we were there premiere night lining up. This was before, now you can get a lot of reserved seats, and we do that almost entirely. We reserve seats now, even for the big event films. We don't go see a lot of big event films, but when we do, we reserve seats. But back then, at least in the theater we were at, they did not have reserved seats. So we had to line up early in the day. We actually had my son, who I don't talk about enough, by the way. I have a son. It's Michelle's stepson, just like Scott is my stepson. My son, Nick, he's an adult, lives still in San Diego. But he went out there and kind of staked out our space for us while Michelle and I were at work, and then we came over. I got off work early and took over for him, but we kind of hung out with all these people out there, and just had a great time. You can see me in this picture. By the way, this is me about 40 pounds heavier. I've lost some weight since then. But yeah, I mean, it was so fun. It is one of the things I miss about waiting in line. I'm not a huge waiting in line for movies fan, but this was fun. I mean, everybody was decked out in their Star Wars best. You can see, let me see if I can get this a little bit larger for you. You can see Michelle there, there with the entire crew of Jedi and Darth Vader right next to her. It was just so fun. It was so fun. In some ways kind of missed that, but yeah, it was a great time. Great movie. So enjoyable. So much fun. And we still love The Force Awakens to this day. And it was released on this day in 2015. Other movies that were released this day in other Disney history, not Disney, excuse me, not other history, not Disney. How about The Pink Panther? Did you see this film? I know we're going way back, even before I was born. 1963, The Pink Panther, directed by Blake Edwards, starring Peter Sellers, David Niven. We meet Inspector Clouseau. Of course, great music by Henry Mancini. Funny movie. Funny movie. That came out on this day in 1963. How about this day, a holiday classic debuted on television on this day in 1966? How the Grinch Stole Christmas debuted on CBS. Obviously, it's a Christmas classic. Watch it every year. It's one of those things. It's a must-do. Directed by Chuck Jones, Boris Karloff doing the voices. Just a great short. Christmas short. It will, again, another thing that puts you in the holiday spirit. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Love it. Dr. Seuss. So good. Speaking of something that seems like it should be Disney, but isn't Disney, how about this movie? It debuted in 1968, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Why does this feel like it should be a Disney movie, even though it's not? Oh, Marianne, my students love The Grinch. Yeah, me too. I love The Grinch. Watch it every year. Love it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang feels so much like it should be a Disney movie, but it's not. Mainly because, I mean, it stars Dick Van Dyke, kind of in that period. It also stars Sally Ann Howes. And the music is done by the Sherman Brothers. It looks like something that should be Mary Poppins or Bedknobs and Broomsticks. It's got that feel. It's not a Disney movie, but it really feels like it should be. But it's great. I love this movie. Again, this was before I was born, but watched it in reruns growing up and loved Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And anything with Dick Van Dyke in it, great. The GOAT. It's great. Something a little more modern on movie releases. How about on this day in 2009, Avatar was released. Something that wasn't a Disney movie at the time. Now is a Disney-owned property. And of course, it becomes the highest grossing film of all time. Directed by James Cameron, starring Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Sigourney Weaver. So good. Totally enjoyable. The visuals are stunning. We are not, well, I will say this. We are not the hugest Avatar fans. We enjoy Avatar. We enjoyed this movie. We enjoyed the last one, The Way of Water. We enjoyed them both. I wouldn't say like we're clamoring for Avatar, but we do like them. And I know, obviously, the fact that both of those Avatar movies are some of the highest grossing of all time, including this one, which is the highest grossing film of all time, was passed at one point by Avengers Endgame, but then was re-released and went back on top. But obviously there is a large audience for it, and how great is Pandora out at Animal Kingdom? Such a great land as well. Yeah, this day 2009 was released. Hey, if it's your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. Here are just a few of the people that you celebrate your birthday with, and it's quite a list today. How about Keith Richards, great guitarist for the Rolling Stones? He turns 81 today. He looked like he's been 81 for about 20 years. But today, officially, he turns 81, born on this date in 1943 and still rocking, still out there, still touring, still rocking. Keith Richards, 81 today. Great director, producer, of course, Steven Spielberg. So many of the movies we love, Academy Award winner, so many fun movies, so many dramatic movies. He turned 78 today, born on this day in 1946. Great film critic and historian, especially does a lot of stuff for Disney for film, for historian purposes. Leonard Maltin, he turned 74 today, born on this day in 1950. Actor who we lost too early, Ray Liotta. He was born on this day in 1954, would have been 70 today. Unfortunately, we lost him just a couple years ago, but you know him from a lot of great roles, including, Goodfellas. One of my favorites, such a good movie. That's probably his best known role, but he played in a lot of different roles. Even shows up in an episode of Phineas and Ferb, by the way. Yeah. Ray Liotta would have been 70 today. And of course, Brad Pitt, one of the handsomest men alive, still to this day, even at 61, which he turns today, born on this day in 1963. And finally, definitely worthy, Disney legend Christina Aguilera. She turns 44 today, born on this day in 1980. So many great songs by her. Of course, she's done some stuff with The Voice, but we know her from Mulan, singing the great song from Mulan. Christina Aguilera, Disney legend, turns 44 today. So a very happy birthday to them. And again, if it's your birthday, very happy birthday to you as well. All right. Gonna get out of here. Gonna celebrate the rest of this Wednesday. Got to get to work here pretty soon. Luckily, I've had some busy couple days. Monday, we were traveling from Orlando back here and had to get in and get to work and work a long day. Yesterday, the doctor's appointment in the morning I had to get to. Had to do that, get back here, get to work, long day. Today, none of that. None of that. It's just a regular day, and we're just going to enjoy it and watch a little Skeleton Crew tonight. Can't wait to see another episode of the Skeleton Crew. Talk about great Star Wars. The Skeleton Crew so far has been one of our favorite new Star Wars series, more recent Star Wars series. Can't wait to see where it goes next. We'll be watching that tonight. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful Wednesday. You got this. You got this. We're over the hump almost. Just get through the day. We're onward toward the weekend, a holiday week next week. It's all great. Be sure and get those packages out. Believe me, today is like the last day. If you're going to do it through the post office, today's the last day you can send it by like first class mail. And then you got to start looking at, priority mail, or you got to start looking at next day, express mail stuff. So get those packages out if you're going to do it. Don't be late. Don't be late. Although, whatever. Get those gifts to them whenever they get them. And, even if you celebrate Christmas a couple days later, all good. All good. All right, everybody. Going to say goodbye. Hey, don't forget, please, today, share some kindness, share some smiles, maybe talk like Buddy the Elf when you answer the phone. And always, of course, share some positivity. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to do all those things with you. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day. Bye.